Welcome to the NBA's greatest games. Today, we'll take you back into NBA history and relive one of the great matchups as it happened.
Fans are ready, and so are we. We take a look at the starting lineup for the Chicago Bulls. The backcourt of Ron Harper and Michael Jordan. Luke Longley starting at center. Scottie Pippen, who wants to have a big game tonight. And Dennis Rodman getting the start over Jason Cavey. So Rodman perhaps the knee feeling better. For the Bullets tonight, the starting five. Familiar front court of Juwan Howard and Chris Webber. The familiar backcourt of Rod Strickland and Calvert Chaney. And yes, George Murison is in the starting lineup. He was a question mark with that hip flexor injury, but certainly a big plus to keep him playing, Phil Chenier.
Dave, obviously these players are going to be very hyped up, very emotional about this game. The fans certainly showing their unequivocal support for these players. You heard them booing Chicago and certainly getting up on their feet and cheering the Bullets. They've got to make sure that they keep a calmness as well as have that fire to go out and play hard.
It'll be interesting to see about the Chicago Bulls. I think you made an interesting point. Michael Jordan apologizing to one of the assistant coaches, Tex Winters, for getting out of the offensive flow as he just took over the game. And it's been pointed out that if Michael Jordan is doing everything, nobody else is doing anything, and that's the problem the Bulls will have to solve tonight.
Well, not just in this series, but certainly if they continue to advance down the road, they've got to maintain a certain amount of confidence in other players besides Jordan, and it is important for them not to just depend on him, even though he is had a couple of super games and basically carried them by himself.
Look at Phil Jackson and look at Dennis Rodman, who had a rather eventful start to the series. 23 minutes, 5 personals, 2 technicals, and was ejected. He gets the starting nod tonight and is wearing that brace on the knee. Look at Chris Webber. Key tonight will be to keep him and Juwan Howard out of foul trouble.
Absolutely. Also, it'll be important to see how Big George starts off. He's been so effective against his team.
And speaking of effective, Calvert Chaney swatting it away from Michael Jordan. And again, the defense, the Bullets so strong on that. In fact, 4th in the league in turnovers forced this season. Calvert Chaney will take it over Harper. He's got it.
Boy, Calvert starts off with 2 excellent plays, one on defense and one on offense.
Welcome back to Landover, Calvert Chaney. The Bulls go to work with Harper. Down low to Longley. Scottie Pippen knocked away by Howard. 11 seconds now on the shot clock. Harper trying to penetrate. There's the matchup. Jordan puts it over Chaney. That's an air ball that George Murison collects.
Great start so far by the Bullets, but remember, it's a 48-minute game.
And they get Rod Strickland on the offensive end.
You know, that's the other amazing thing about Michael Jordan. Not to continue to pound praise on him, but he's been so tough defensively. He's been a real thorn and made things as difficult as possible for Rod Strickland. There, Rod picks up his first foul on that charge.
Made 2-0 in favor of the Bullets, just underway. First home playoff game in 9 years. Scottie Pippen, a player's looking for a big game. He penetrates, denied by Murison. Now Longley, the tip in by Rodman.
Well, you know that's a part of his game. You certainly don't want to get him emotionally involved.
I think emotional is always the key phrase when you're talking about Dennis Rodman.
Well, sometimes emotion can work against you.
Howard, he's got it. Juwan Howard, one of several Bullets with successful outings on Sunday. Goes Calvert Chaney led the way in that game 2 with 26 points. Howard had 18 points. Pippen has trouble with it. Now double team. Swatted away by Murison. It's off Longley. It's Bullets ball.
Big George showing some effective quick hands in there, knocking that one loose from Luke Longley. Once again, the importance of George Murison, a big factor as well.
And the Bullets already forcing 2 Bulls turnovers. Strickland slides by Jordan and he's fouled.
Well, I said earlier in the first 2 series, I thought that Rod Strickland made several moves that any other player beside Michael Jordan would have just left them in their feet. Here you see Rod finally shaking Jordan loose, getting by him, and the fans just reacting. Nice move there from Rod Strickland. He draws the foul from Longley.
makes the first free throw, makes it 5-2. Rod Strickland, really since Bernie Bickerstaff took over this team, he became more involved. In fact, his numbers went up under Bernie Bickerstaff, averaging close to 20 points and 10 assists per game.
Well, you know, a couple of things that you've got to point to. The Bullets made the correction in the first game after 22 turnovers, only 12 the second. And they've also improved their free throw shooting, so they're continuing to get better.
This one sails. The Bulls are not getting better. Here comes Strickland against Harper. The stutter step and the points.
Well, he had a lot of options there. Held up just to allow his man to get into place and then took it all the way himself.
8-2, the Bullets lead. Longley against Weber. Weber steals it. Now the break. Albert Cheney. Unselfish to Howard. Now Howard's open. He's got it. Juwan Howard. The Bullets lead by 8.
Great start so far by the Bullets. They're shooting the ball well. They're doing it on defense, forcing turnovers.
4 for 4 from the field to start this game with 8:57 left here in the first quarter. Michael Jordan denied by Cheney. Longley's jumper's no good. That was tipped by Mirasa on the break again. Rod Strickland surveys.
Seems like some of those players might be hearing a whistle down there. I thought a couple times I heard that and saw them react to it.
Howard on the baseline.
And we'll see if Phil's going to call a timeout at any point. The Bullets are on fire.
Juwan Howard with 6 of the 12 points. It's an inferno right now.
Yeah, have they missed a shot yet? No, 5 for 5.
Scottie Pippen trying to turn the tide. He can't. And the Bullets create the wave. I'm surprised Phil Jackson didn't want to talk about it. Strickland penetrates. Harper comes up with it. And now the Bulls down by 10, 12-2 as Harper takes one another. Mirasa in position for the rebound. Now the great distribution.
The Bullets may have been lucky not to get that charge on Cheney, but no whistle might be something called home court advantage.
The crowd is on its feet, and justifiably so. 7.5 minutes left, first quarter. The Bullets 14, the Bulls 2. So the Bulls go to work. Longley with Weber frustrating him. Now Rodman will take it over Mirasa. Can't get it to go, but Scottie Pippen's there for the tip-in.
Scottie had worked hard to get that inside position, and Juwan wisely pulling back and not committing the foul.
So the Bulls' first 2 points in about 3.5 minutes.
They want to get it into Big George.
They'll work on Longley. Kick it back out to Weber. Weber eludes Pippen. Now Mirasa will take it. Doesn't have the touch. Bullets' first miss, though, tonight. They're booing Jordan every time he gets the ball. Time to change. 10-second shot clock for the Bulls. Harper guarded there by Strickland. Now Jordan. Frustrated by Cheney. Jordan takes it. He's got it.
The big shot. Once again, you're seeing the players kind of shy away from the ball. Harper not really looking to be aggressive when the shot clock down to 6 seconds.
14-6 to score in favor of the Bullets. But they're making Jordan work for the shot. Now Strickland. It's by Jordan. It's good.
Jordan had to pay respect to Mirasa. He's a big target. Set up a big pick. So Jordan stepped on that side and forced Rod baseline.
That's 6 points now for Strickland. Harper will take it. And the Bulls remain a cold shooting team. But they get another 24 to work with. This is something the Bullets have to watch out for. The offensive rebound. Yeah. That's a problem.
That's at least 2 for Rodman, so.
And it's also 2 for Harper. Actually, it count as a 3. Makes it 16-9. Players on the line. Strickland now for the Bullets. Get Beerson involved. Jordan stays with Strickland. Weber's open from three. Howard battling against Rodman, and Howard gets called for the foul.
But Rodman doesn't have the same kind of spring in his legs that he had earlier in his career, but he's so good at feeling and knowing where that contact coming from. He does a good job boxing out, takes up a lot of space, and once he feels that, you see him make sure he gets the attention of the official. Juwan coming over the back.
Rodman's still feeling like the officials are out to get him, but on that case, he got the call against Juwan Howard. Cheney trying to deny Jordan, and Cheney will get called for the foul.
Fans here not liking it, again, showing total support for the Bullets. Got to feel good about that. Calvert challenging Jordan all over, just his first foul.
That's the second team foul on the Bullets.
One of the things you obviously want to do is keep the ball out of Jordan's hands, so not a bad play by Calvert that time.
Well, usually you see a few Michael Jordan jerseys in the crowd, none tonight. Jordan cuts, and he's got it. Found a way.
Well, he had to change direction real quick because there was somebody, I think it was Rod Strickland on the baseline that kind of surprised him as he spun away from Calvert Cheney.
16-11 is Bernie Bickerstaff wants a timeout. 4:43 left in the first quarter. The Bullets with the lead from U.S. Airways Arena. The Bullets now trying to start their run with Chris Webber against Pippen. Pippen swats it away, keeps it in play. Good defensive effort on the part of Scottie Pippen. Third Bullets turnover. And they're still booing Michael Jordan. Long way to dish to Rodman. And Cheney denies him the easy buckets, but he'll put the worm on the foul line.
Well, that was called way out top. Webber decided to try to trap Michael Jordan, but he's so good at passing out of the double team, spots the open man, and from that point on, they have the advantage. Calvert's forced to change. That's his second underneath.
Calvert with 2 personal fouls. Rodman misses that first free throw. Jaren Jackson checking in for Calvert Cheney.
Well, Jaren Jackson having a tough assignment now. He's got to come in and maintain the intensity and look for opportunities to provide some scoring too.
We just saw Randy Brown also checking in for the Bulls. He replaces Ron Harper as Rodman makes one of the free throws. And it's a 4-point game. 16-12. Strickland starts the offense for the Bullets. Trying to work off Howard. Randy Brown having nothing of it. Now it's Howard against Rodman. Easy battle. Wins it.
Tough shot there. Rodman battling him. Rodman's going to body up to you, get some contact on you. You've got to be careful.
8 points now for Juwan Howard as the Bulls go back to work with Randy Brown in the backcourt. Now Jackson, his first try on Michael Jordan. Not successful. Jordan is able to score. 6 now for Jordan. Strickland. Randy Brown there for the rebound. It's a 4-point game. Pippen will take it from 3. It's off the mark, but sneaking in for the rebound. Jordan. Randy Brown. Beerson in position this time against Rodman, and Rodman pushes Beerson. Beerson bumps Rodman.
The referee's wisely just trying to get everybody apart.
And Webber is jawing at Rodman. And they're trying to calm things down.
Well, let's take a look at it. Looks like who has the inside position? Well, they're tangled up. And again, Rodman doesn't have oh, there's a forearm. We didn't see that.
Little forearm shiver, and then Beerson not impressed with Dennis's hairstyle.
Well, among other things with Dennis, doesn't really like the elbow in the back either.
Now we're waiting for the call.
Dave Jones does a good job of quickly getting Rodman away.
So just a foul on Dennis Rodman, no technicals issued. So it'll be Bullets ball with the game tied at 18. Electric atmosphere here at U.S. Airways Arena. Dave Johnson, Phil Cheniers. The Bulls, they're doing the running. 16-4 over the last 5.5 minutes. Rod Strickland.
Randy Brown, a good defensive player, too.
Too much aggression. Randy Brown gets called with a foul.
That's something else that can throw a player off offensively. You have Jordan guarding you and then Randy Brown. They're two different types of defenders. Now it has to kind of a...
Pippen swats it away, but it'll be Bullets' ball.
He was really lucky on that. Scottie Pippen looked like he had that one figured out.
Minute 45 left here in the quarter as we look at Scottie Pippen. Pippen's battled through ankle problems this year. A lot of basketball dating back to the Dream Team days. Strickland spinning. He's got the move. He's got the points.
Oh, what a move. I know I've said that quite a bit this year, but that's all I can say about Rod. You see him so many times, you wonder how he gets it off. Spins away from Randy Brown. Pippen challenges him. Pippen thinks that it was a push-off, but Pippen picks up the foul, and that ball just softly drops in for Rod.
And Strickland makes it. 21-18. That was the 5th Bulls team foul. You know, Rodman after that play was lobbying for the push-off by Strickland. Of all people to be lobbying the referees, Dennis Rodman.
No credibility, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, it'd be a tough case. Michael Jordan, he's a tough one. He's got the 2 points.
Boy, Rodman grabbed the rim on that. That should have been an illegal basket interference.
Bernie Bickerstaff is jawing at Ken Maurer, the official, the other end of the court. 8 points now for Jordan. A 1-point Bullet lead. Tracy Murray, he's got the step, and he's got the points.
Well, Tracy Murray in game 2 came off the bench at 22 points, but more importantly, very aggressive.
Scottie Pippen denied by Weber. And this crowd solidly behind their Bullets tonight. 57 seconds left here in the first quarter. As Harvey Grant will check in and replace Juwan Howard. And a good start for Juwan Howard with 8 points.
Sure would Bernie getting his bench players in, it really would help their cause if they get a little more balance. So far in the first 2 games, only 2 points off the bench, not scored by Tracy Murray. They need a little more balance from that.
Amazing, 35 to 37 points. 50 seconds left in the quarter, 10 seconds on the shot clock as Kukoc goes to work. Look out, Rodman.
Bullets did not defend that pick and roll well at all. You've got to show and you've got to communicate. Either make the switch or stay at home.
Tim Legler. Bullet survey. They have 10 seconds on the shot clock. Forced to the perimeter. Weber against Rodman. Now the double team.
Got to get it up.
2 seconds left. Murray will launch it. No, they say 24-second violation. Didn't get it up in time.
When you get the ball down low, when Weber made his move, there was about 6 seconds on the shot clock. At that point, he made his move. You can't pass the ball back out. There's just not enough time.
Bullets with 6 turnovers as Steve Kerr will check in for Dennis Rodman. Kerr, who Michael Jordan basically apologized to after game 2 for not getting on the ball as Jordan went on a tear with 55 points.
Well, I'm sure he didn't really need to apologize to his teammates. They saw a classic showing of talent and a guy being in the zone and shooting the ball. And anytime somebody gets in that kind of heated situation, you got to let him go.
Winding down the first quarter. Bulls with a chance to take the lead. Kukoc cuts. Now Brown will take it. Weber now with a second left. He won't get it off. And the Bullets will escape the first quarter with a 1-point lead. 12 minutes in the books in Landover. The Bullets 23, the Bulls 22. Well, no President Clinton tonight, but I think he's a Chicago Bulls fan anyway. So Vice President Al Gore, he must be a Bulls fan.
When these Bulls come to town, all the politicians come out from the top.
Not messing around tonight, but hopefully he's rooting for the Bullets. 9:55 left here. First half, the Bullets with a 3-point lead, 28-25. Commissioner David Stern, though, optimistic he'll see us in the second round. That was good to hear. Did it straight from the top.
He knows what can happen. Knows the deal.
20-second timeout called by the Chicago Bulls. They could not get the ball inbound. There's good defense on the part of the Bullets.
Well, they forced them to use that 22nd. And again, at this point, Bernie's resting his starters. And it's important for these other players to come in, Chris Whitney and Tracy Murray.
Look at the leading scorers in the playoffs, of course. Not surprisingly, Michael Jordan on top. And
Bill O'Neal doing extremely well himself. Karl Malone having his same numbers as he's had all year. So consistent.
Brian Williams into the game for the Chicago Bulls, along with Jason Caffey on the substitutions. The Bullets shooting 75% from the floor tonight. Chicago 42%. Here we go. Michael Jordan. This is Jason Caffey. He had a starting role until tonight when Dennis Rodman didn't get the start. Foul called on Chris Whitney.
They're trying to fight through that pick, and he knows his job is to stay very close to Steve Kerr and not allow him any open, comfortable looks at the three.
Whitney and Shady in there along with Murray, Mirosan, and Juwan Howard. Kukoc will take it over Tracy Murray, and he's got it for three.
We certainly don't want him to find his rhythm in this game. He's been struggling the first two games.
Ties it up at 28. Juwan Howard, he's got that open jumper, but not the point. Brian Williams cascades in for the rebound. Steve Kerr has a seam and a shot and the points. 30-28, the Bulls take the lead, and Steve Kerr has sparked off the bench now with 5 points. Lob to Mirosan. He had position on Williams, but Williams recovers, gets the block, but the foul.
And Brian Williams got a lot of that basketball, but also got some of the arm of George. George hesitating just ever so slightly, allowing Brian a chance to recover. I remember when Brian Williams played with the Clippers, he's had a couple of really strong games against George. Had a career night one particular time, so he's obviously feeling pretty confident going against George Mirosan.
George Mirosan is getting his first point as Phil Jackson, the Zen master, does some zenning, I guess, on the bench. I'm not sure. It's all above me, below me. Mirosan makes both, ties it at 30.
It's within you.
That's the problem. Steve Kerr, good dish to Kukoc. Now we have a foul of the Bullets. Rod Strickland gets called for the foul. And that's his third. He just got back in the game.
He gets hit by a pick there by Kukoc. And then he holds on to him a little too long, and the referee picks it up.
So his left arm. Looks like that left arm got in there. The game has been tied 6 times. And it's tied now with 8:40 left here in the first half. It's Jordan against Howard here, this matchup.
He's pushing him out defensively far out on the floor.
Tracy Murray gets Kukoc. Kukoc comes to baseline. The feed to Williams. Williams trying to weave around Mirosan. The only option was the left hook.
Well, Brian made a quick recovery, lost possession of the ball in the lane there.
2-point Bulls lead, 32-30. Juwan Howard against Jason Caffey. Looking to make the move. Kerr came in to help out. Kerr slips, does his knee. Strickland for 2 points, but Kerr seems to be okay. That was a scary one, the way he slipped.
Yeah, that leg was tangled behind him. Still limping a little bit, but fortunately he didn't put enough weight to really cause damage.
14 points now for Rod Strickland, but again, 3 personal fouls. Kukoc trying to cut, and Tracy Murray was not only trailing him, but holding him.
Well, you can tell the Bulls have gotten back to their triangle offense, and it's creating little problems. The Bullets trailing these players off these picks. Watch this leg buckle. Yeah, he caught it just in time. The left leg kind of buckled on him.
It's kind of a situation really scary to see because you can really do some damage. Jordan, he can do damage. Here comes Williams. Mirosan does the house cleaning. Now Chris Webber. Tries to move the furniture. And that went off Bernie Bickerstaff as he tried to keep it in play.
Even the coach shows quick reaction there. Still saw the ball coming.
What's the replay? How quickly he gets his hand out of his pocket and back?
Well, he really wasn't throwing it to Bernie. At that point, Calvert had left that spot.
But very sly move on the part of Bernie Bickerstaff. High game, 32 all. It's a 9th Bullets turnover. 7:17 left here in the first half. The 13-second shot clock. Now Steve Kerr takes a shot, gets Strickland up, and now he's got the 2.
That was a tough shot by Steve Kerr. He had to give a lot of fakes to try and get Strickland only slightly off of him.
The best spot-up shooters in the game, Steve Kerr. Bulls reclaim the lead 34-32 as that seesaw is going back and forth. Calvert Cheney over Williams. And I think they're going to get Brian Williams.
It's a good play, execution. They have the option down low. And if the guard helps out, then you see Cheney peel up top. That can be open on more than one occasion.
There's some more zen for you. Bulls with the lead right now, 34-32. Norm Nixon, someone you know very well.
Sitting right behind us. Yeah, I think Norm is half of the greatest backcourt combination that's ever really played this game. He and Magic Johnson had a little bit of everything they both could do.
I think he's looking up ticket plans right now.
Yeah, he's got some great seats. He's trying to figure out how he can get over the next commissioner. He has a great restaurant in L.A. called George's. And a lot of the players frequent that when they get out to play the Lakers or the Clippers.
I think you just earned your free meal. We'll send Norm the tape, and he can.
Yeah, I learned that. Pick that up.
Call ahead for reservations, right? First free throw missed for the Bullets. Making the second as Calvert Cheney surprisingly misses both. The Cheney, an 87% free throw shooter in the playoffs. So despite the foul, the Bullets get nothing to show for it. Remains a 2-point Chicago lead. And there he is, Michael on Calvert, fading away. He still has it.
Again, you put that hand up, force him to change the arch of his shot. He makes it, so be it, but continue to apply that pressure.
10 points now for Michael Jordan, a 4-point Chicago lead. The worm, Dennis Rodman back in the game. Juwan Howard out to an open Chris Whitney.
Boy, did they need that. Chris Whitney, starting off the season, one of the team's better three-point shooters over the last 2 years, really, but has struggled over the last couple of months in the season and in the playoffs.
Bullets were thirsty for points, and that was a cold drink of water. 36-35. And Jordan, they'll drive things up. Oh, Pippen, though, recovers. Here comes Rodman, and he had the open cut.
His offensive rebounds, second chance points.
38-35. After all that, the Bullets with a 3-point lead. Now the Bulls with a 3-point lead. Juwan Howard working on Rodman. Rodman's there and snares it. 5:20 left. First half. Longley breaks away from your side. Now Weber on him. And then Chris Whitney runs right into Longley on the pick, and Longley gets called.
Didn't give him enough space to take that step and try and avoid the contact. Longley picks up this second foul. There you see, no question about it, moves right in front of him, still moving as the contact is made.
Whitney recovers. Weber, the feet of Murison. Longley will get called for the foul. And Murison in good position.
First time in a while that I've seen the Bulls really execute their half court and get something really good. That and the time that Calvert Cheney drew the foul. But haven't seen a lot of motion.
Weber.
Good shot.
How's that for motion?
Kind of spreaded the defense out wide and left a one-on-one situation. Longley not wanting to pick up another foul.
4 points for Chris Weber. It's a 1-point Chicago lead. Steve Kerr slicing on the baseline now. Inside, Dennis Rodman. And Rodman throwing it away. Cheney and Jordan jockeying for position, and it will be Bullets ball.
Good play by both those players. Jordan knowing if he touches it first, it's an automatic backcourt. But if Cheney touches it, then Jordan has free access to the ball.
Certainly a very exciting night for Abe Pollin and his lovely wife Irene. Getting a home playoff game back in their building.
Yeah, you can feel playoff intensity, not only on the court, but the fans too. Really.
Weber. Speaking of intensity, Scottie Pippen on defense there, swatting it away from Juwan Howard. With 20 seconds on the shot clock, it will be Bullets ball. Tracy Murray, he's got the shot. Cheney gets the rebound on Jordan. Jordan challenging Cheney. Cheney sneaks around, stays with it. Howard, it's good.
Well, that's great intensity, staying after both Cheney and Juwan Howard. And that's a nice effort there. Kind of gets these fans back on their toes again.
And gets the Bullets a lead. Jordan trying to reclaim it. And he does. 40-39. Always seems to have the answer, doesn't he?
Well, it's tough enough that he's such a great shooter, and then you get those good bounces like that. Shooter's bounces. He doesn't need those.
He does it in golf as well.
I don't think he does it quite as well in golf, because that's what I hear.
Cheney working to get on Jordan. He's got it. Calvin Cheney.
Boy, I like that Calvin in the first quarter kind of went to sleep, as did his Bullet teammates. But he's come back to really challenge Jordan.
Now Cheney challenging Jordan on the defensive end. Bullets with a 1-point lead. 10-second shot clock for Chicago. Kerr over Whitney. The battle for the rebound. They may have off Rodman. Rodman will get called for the foul.
It's only a second foul. Kind of an unusual play. I mean, they went up, both going for the ball as they brought it down.
Unusual. Looked like Rodman had position.
I think Juwan really... Yeah, they go there, and as he comes down, it's centered around Rodman. Yeah, that's a tough call. I can see why they're complaining about that one.
Well, it did look like actually Dennis had position on that play. Kukoc trying to steal it away. 7 seconds. Whitney kicks it out to Weber through his fingertips and a turnover. And the Bulls want a timeout. The Bullets, though, with the lead. 2:49 left here. First half from U.S. Airways Arena. It's 41-40, the Bullets. Michael Jordan has a way of taking crowds out of games. He's got 12 points tonight. Not quite on pace for 55, and certainly that's a good sign.
Well, another thing, Scottie Pippen, only 2 points, very quiet. And, you know, he's been known to have some quiet games, but he's also been known to have some very explosive games that end series for the opposition.
And they continue to boo Michael Jordan every time he gets the ball. You hear some of the boos? Shovels it into Kukoc with 10-second shot clock. Kukoc working against Murray. And he may have gotten a foul against Tracy Murray. We'll see what Dick Bavetta calls.
You can sense the confidence coming back slightly with Tony Kukoc. He made the 3 earlier in this quarter, and now he's holding on to the ball, giving some head fakes. Almost gets caught in that lane a little too long. He was forced to get that shot off, but shows him, willing to take some of the offensive responsibility on his own shoulder, and he has the talent to do that.
Look at the playoff numbers of Tony Kukoc in trying to work his way back in.
And that 20% field goal percentage, not a good indication of his true talent.
Well, the free throw shooting certainly part of his talents. 42-41. Now pressure. Juwan Howard helps him elude that pressure. Now Whitney for the Bullets. Tracy Murray had a look. Now a shot. And Scottie Pippen there for the rebound. 1-point Bulls lead. 42-41. Michael Jordan spins around underneath the Rodman, and look out.
Once again, he's showing you his all-around ability. That time, sees the open man, makes it very easy for Dennis Rodman.
Makes it 44-41. Bernie Bickerstaff wanted 3 seconds on that play, Phil. But Dennis was worming around too much. Juwan Howard, it's denied by Jordan. And with 11 seconds on the shot clock, the Bullets will have the ball. Again, Jordan part of the all-defensive team along with Scottie Pippen in the NBA.
8-time all-defensive team for Jordan. He does it all. That's the importance of Calvert Chaney, keeping him busy, keeping him active so he can't come in and help out.
With the afternoon splash, he scores. Ties the game.
And boy, that's able to give Rod Strickland a little bit more rest on the bench with 3 fouls. Whitney coming to play tonight.
And producing. Now Kerr and Whitney collide.
He gave that to Pippen.
Yep.
Pippen stepped out and moved. Good call by the official.
Well, Whitney's like a pinball out there off those picks.
Now watch Pippen step out in front of there. He gives him the hip action. And of course that pushes Whitney into Steve Kerr. But they got the real culprit, Scottie Pippen.
And earlier he went ricocheting off a pick. This one sailing. A turnover by Chris Whitney. And it stays tied. So we go to the other way with 1:22 left in the half.
So important to stay tough, stay mentally tough. You make the mistake, don't make a second one.
10 turnovers now for the Bullets. Kukoc gets the pick from Rodman and the shot now. The Bullets crash the board. They swarm it, and Whitney is the one who collects it.
You got to be hungry for the loose ball. You got to want it more than anybody.
Here comes Weber. Hold on. But Jordan, I think they got him with a foul. They did. And Rodman disagrees, but it'll be against Michael Jordan.
Well, let's see what happened. It looked like Weber may have lost control of that ball as he was going up. But Jordan, well, it didn't look like a lot of contact on Weber from that replay.
Weber makes contact with the net on the first free throw as Harvey Grant checks in to replace Tracy Murray. Murray with the quality points, 4 tonight. Bullets reclaim the lead, 45-44. Under a minute left here in the first half. And Weber makes both. So critical.
Every little point of the game, the rebounds, the second chance points, free throws, close games, those are the deciding factors.
Bullets 7 of 9 tonight from the line.
They've improved their free throw shooting in the first 2 games.
Kukoc driving against Harvey Grant. And Grant gets called for the foul, and that'll put Kukoc on the line. Both teams over the limit in fouls. So Tracy Murray will check back in and replace Harvey Grant, we assume. As Kukoc will go to the line. Kukoc was 7 points, so Kukoc already ahead of the game in this third game.
Yeah, he's starting to find his rhythm. And remember, in the first game they played during the regular season, boy, his matchup, he started in the backcourt with Jordan. That was when Harper was out, and he presented a lot of problems.
As 8 points as Randy Brown checks in for Steve Kerr. And Kerr certainly was a factor off the bench for 7 points for the Bulls. Now, Kukoc with those foot problems, he was another dream teamer. He's had a lot of basketball. He's going to be tired by this point.
Well, these guys play all throughout the summer and play hard, too. A lot of travel and then come right back into training camp.
Tie game with 36 seconds left. Whitney slices, loses control, and it will be Bulls ball. Whitney.
In fairness to Whitney, somebody got a piece of his arm as he was going up, and he did lose control of it, but it was a foul that was not called, but it will result in another turnover.
And Kerr comes back in for Randy Brown. A little offense-defense going there. Jordan now over Chaney. Kerr gets the rebound. Can't let that happen.
They spread you out so well defensively. You have to respect their perimeter game. That leaves more room for offensive rebounds, especially a long one like that last shot from Jordan.
Bulls have had 9 offensive rebounds, down to 10-second shot clock. Jordan, the dish to Pippen, and he's got the 2 points. 6 seconds down the half. The Bullets a chance to tie it. 48-46. 4 seconds now. Whitney's in traffic. Off Rodman, the shot is short. And so will be the Bullets at halftime. They'll be short by 2 points, but a good effort for the first 24 minutes as the Bullets try to pull one out at home, but they trail the Chicago Bulls 48-46. We're coming back with more. Juwan Howard from Chicago, but he's like nothing more than to get a win tonight against his hometown team. And of course, they'd like the playoff series to go away the regular season series went. The Bulls won the first two, and the Bullets, of course, getting that third victory. In fact, it was here at US Airways Arena, 110-102.
But they know that's a whole different story.
Yeah, that was back in the...
This is playoff time, and things have to raise another notch or two. Jordan, you see his numbers.
Speaking of raising notches, the guy that specializes in that. We're underway here, second half. Rod Strickland, who leads the Bullets in fouls, but also points with 14, we should point out. Chris Webber, an open look, and he's got it to start the second half.
Yeah, peeled off a pick by George. Only 6 points in the first half. 2 for 4 was Chris Webber.
Nice way to christen the half and tie the score at 48. Luke Longley will take it from long distance, and he's got it.
So good at that medium-range shot like that. You've got to get a hand up, try and affect his concentration.
Strickland, spin, stripped by Ron Harper. The Bullets recover with 12-second shot clock. Howard, the penetration that was tipped by Rodman. Mirasan battling underneath with Longley, but the Bulls come up with it.
The Bullets have to pick up their intensity a little bit.
And Pippen takes it. Weber had the position there.
And he fought off Rodman. Rodman trying to push for that position.
Albert Chaney for Howard. The return and the points.
Nice two-man game for Juwan and Calvert. Got to always be aware where the ball is.
We have another tie. It's 50-all with 10.5 minutes left, third quarter. Harper working on the Michael Jordan pick. Webber almost got a steal. Now Pippen with 3-second shot clock. Webber battling against Longley, and he snares the rebound.
And Webber has pulled down 2 big rebounds, and more so his attitude about pulling those rebounds.
Speaking of attitude, Strickland taking a shot, but can't get it to go. It stays tied. Harper challenges, and Strickland denies him that option. Now Harper will take it from 3. Chaney battling with Jordan for the rebound. Longley comes up with a loose ball. Now Jordan on the baseline dumps it to Longley, who forces it in.
Looked like both George and Chris got a piece of that ball, but it had a mind of its own and found the basket.
The Bulls reclaim the lead with 9.5. In the third, now the crowd getting into it. Solidly behind. Howard had a step on Rodman. Strickland open from 3. Pippen, the rebound. The Bulls, a 3-on-2. The no-look to Harper. Chaney fouls him and denies him the easy points, who have to earn it from the line.
And you saw a classic 3-on-2, and Chaney did it. Chaney and Rod did a good job of getting back and denying what could have been an easy 2. But Chaney does pick up his third foul.
So Ron Harper goes the line for the Chicago Bulls. Ron Harper with 3 points tonight. 1 of 2 from the line as he has to shoot into a sea of red, white, and blue balloons. Part of the spirit and atmosphere here tonight. You said before you'd have no problem doing that, right?
Well, you're supposed to focus on the basket, nothing beyond it or to the side of it.
So that's my problem. I'd be looking at the balloons.
Well, you almost got hypnotized. You were looking at the magician.
That's right, 54-50. We had a hypnotist for the halftime show. Maybe they should have sent him into the Bulls locker room. But even then, I think Michael Jordan could turn the hypnotist on him.
Hypnotize him, yeah.
Chris Webber against Scottie Pippen with 10-second shot clock for the Bullets. Now they double team. Good ball movement, but through Mirasan's hands. I think he's already looking to make that turn to the bucket.
It looked like he was turning towards the basket before he received that pass.
12 turnovers now for the Bullets. 8:57 left in the quarter, and this is critical stretch here. The Bulls with a 4-point lead. It's been pretty much 2 points.
Yeah, this ties their biggest lead in the first half, 4 points. You certainly don't want them to get any more, but more importantly, the Bullets need to get some kind of momentum going. Get these fans up off their feet.
It's Chris Webber off his feet, and he runs into Pippen, and Pippen almost falls into the parking lot.
Well, they're going to give a foul to Chris Webber, a push, but it wasn't a very hard push. Pippen was already off balance. He went to give a fake, and his feet were really tangled up. He's very fortunate that Webber was close enough to him to draw that contact.
It's a second team foul on the Bullets as Rodman will put it into Pippen.
Again, only 2 fouls on Chris Webber. He had none in the first half.
Longley battling against Webber. Your son helps out on defense. And 3 seconds the call against Longley as the combination of George and Chris corral Luke.
Well, Luke really didn't have a lot of time to fool around with that ball in the lane because before he received it, he had spent a little time in setting up his position.
8 turnovers now for the Bulls. Excellent opportunity for the Bullets.
They want to get the ball into George.
They force the pass to Webber, and then Harper just denies Chris Webber. Cleans it away with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Didn't even leave any dust on Chris Webber.
That's a problem with handling that ball with one hand sometimes.
Now Strickland with 8 seconds against Jordan. Over Jordan. Howard the rebound and the points.
That's 3 strong rebounds we've seen from the Bullets. 2 by Webber and 1 by Juwan. Got to have that kind of strong effort going for loose balls and rebounds.
54-52. 10-second shot clock as Webber against Pippen. Pippen gets in the lane, and he also gets 2. That's 6 points for Pippen. Now Calvert Chaney. And Chaney is fouled by Ron Harper.